My name's Jeanette, and I'm here with my coworker, Casey, from the Homeless Outreach Team. And sometimes we get asked who we are and what we do. So we thought we would take just a couple minutes here today and answer some of the frequently asked questions. So number one, what is the Outreach Team? We are part of the Boise City and Ada County Homeless Continuum of Care. And that is a group of organizations across our community who are all working towards ending homelessness. So instead of waiting for people who are experiencing homelessness to come in for services, we go out into the community wherever they are, whether that's the streets, parks, under bridges, and try to see what we can do to help them connect to services. A second question we get asked a lot, who does our team help? You want to take that one, Casey?
That's really important to clarify since there are so many services in town. But we are specifically designed to help people who are unsheltered and who are experiencing some sort of severe or persistent mental illness. And those two criteria are often criteria that affect the ability to seek out services themselves.
Mhm.
It creates another hurdle in actually getting to the services that they need.
Another question we get asked about those folks, because those are a lot of people who are on the streets or in cars or camping somewhere, is, we have shelters in town. Why don't the people choose to stay in shelters? And we do have good shelter systems in town, but there are also like really good and legitimate reasons why someone might choose not to stay in a shelter. For some of them, they may have had bad experiences at other shelters. Maybe in other cities, we've got really good shelters here, but they may have experienced violence, or they may have, contracted something like bed bugs. They may have had things stolen. What are the reasons, Casey, do we find?
I think the trauma history is
Mm-hmm.
a huge impact, whether it's related or not. If you are vulnerable or if you feel vulnerable and you're around other people, it doesn't even matter if they're a direct threat or not. That can really wreak havoc on your sense of safety overall.
Yeah, trauma's huge, and that's, trauma's affected everybody we work with out there, and for some of them that's resulted in severe mental illness, and so that, sometimes it's a chaotic environment at the shelters, and that's not for everybody. So yeah. Next question we get asked is, how do we help?
It's kind of hard to imagine what outreach looks like in a practical sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we are able to actually go out and meet people where they're at.
Yeah, I think also about what we do kind of at two different levels. Like there's the level where we're just going out and we're meeting with people who are living out and making sure they have what they need to survive every day. So whether that's water or food or hygiene items, socks, sunscreen, something like that. Lately, it's been face masks and reusable water bottles. So some of it is just sort of that basic needs provision. And then on the other level, like you said, once we develop relationships with them, we can get a little deeper in figuring out, like, what is it that you need? What are the barriers you have, and what can we work on with you to get towards that path to a stable home for each individual? So we kind of like have two levels that we approach our work at.
Yeah, one of the probably one of the more undervalued and needed resources for people experiencing homelessness is human connection.
Yeah.
Because there's there's a lot of preconceptions about people living in homelessness.
A lot of mystery there too, right?
A lot of mystery, and being able to kind of cut through that to address the person who is experiencing homelessness, I think means a lot